Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, this video is a kind of like a delayed, belated VIB sale haul video. I'll explain a little bit about what happened and why it's kind of delayed. I'm just gonna put this headband on because I don't want to deal with my hair falling down and me touching my hair through the entire video. So the ears are gonna stay for this video. So here is the huge box of stuff that I bought from the Sephora VIB sale. You're probably gonna see me later on in the other half of the video that I'm gonna be wearing something different or I look different. Mainly because I'm probably gonna have to split up this recording session into 2 sessions to be able to get everything in. I went a little crazy at Sephora and I kind of do this every single year, and I think it gets worse every single year, to be honest, just because there's just so much more stuff every single year compared to the last. So a lot of these things are actually quite old. None of them are really new releases or anything, but I have been holding back, trying not to buy anything the past few months, so it all kind of ended up in my cart, which I ended up purchasing during the VIB sale. I wanted to get this video out a little earlier because I did get to shop during the first wave of the sale. However, I made a mistake shipping one of my items, which had a notification that only allowed it to be shipped via ground. And I was gonna actually purchase that separately, so it could just come ground separately while I get everything else as like a 2-day flash shipping. But I totally forgot about it, put it all in one cart, and then purchased it, and then the entire shipment went ground, which took literally forever to get it. It took 2 weeks from the day that I ordered it to get here, and by that time the sale was already over. So this is just kind of like a normal haul now. But at the same time, of course, the holidays are still coming up. There's still a lot of great things that could inspire you to gift during this holiday season. Now, the most annoying thing that actually happened was when I actually got my order that took 2 weeks to arrive, the main item that I had ordered that caused my entire shipment to go ground was actually missing from the package. They either forgot to put it in or something, which is super annoying because now I waited all this time because of that one item and I didn't even get that one item. I will be splitting this video into pretty much 3 sections, so if you're more interested in one section over the other, you can kind of just skip ahead and watch that part. So of course it's going to be, 1 is skincare items, and then I have makeup and cosmetics, and 3 is going to be a miscellaneous type of thing. But to be honest, I only have that one item, which I didn't get. Of course, if you want to watch all of it, I have no complaints whatsoever. But that was a super long intro, and I know you're more interested in this stuff than all the things that I just said. And to be honest, I'm super excited to dig in as well because I haven't even opened them yet, and I really want to open them and start playing around with them. So let's dig in. So the first part of this video is going to be about skincare and the skincare items that I picked up. The first thing I have here is the Skin Inc Supplement Bar Hydrate Tone Set Pure Serum Mist. And this is definitely one of the things that I repurchase every single year. I've gone through 3 or 4 bottles already. One of these bottles usually lasts me for about 6 to 8 months, I would say, depending on how I use it. For me, this is literally like a skincare essence in a spray bottle, which is absolutely great because you don't have to worry about dumping it out on your hands and trying to apply it. I feel like it applies the product much more evenly. This is what the bottle looks like. It's actually a very, very big bottle. There is 100 milliliters in here. This is made in Japan and it is 0% paraben and there's absolutely no scent to it. It's very simple packaging and the glass does make it feel a little more luxurious, but however, obviously glass is just not as travel friendly, but I absolutely love this mist, so it is something that I purchase every single time. The next item I got is actually something I picked up in stores because they were out of stock online, but they were still in stock in some stores around my area. This is the NATASHA Skincare for Makeup Lovers Obento box, which is a super adorable gift set. I really wanted to try their mist, the radiance mask, and the water cream, which is over here. And how cute is this packaging? It's like an bento box, which is like the Japanese like lunch box. You get two full-size products. You get the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, which is over here, and the Gold Spun Camellia Lip Balm, which I am really excited to try because it has gold in it. So that's what the set looks like right there. I haven't taken any of this out yet or used it, so I am so excited to really dig into this because I've been really wanting to try the water cream moisturizer right here. So the next item I have is another skincare set, and this one is from Sunday Riley. It's called the Space Race Fight Acne Oil and Pores at Warp Speed Kit. So this one includes the UFO Acne Treatment Face Oil, the very small one, the Martian Mattifying Melting Water Gel Toner, which I think is a full-size one right here. And last is the Saturn Sulfur Acne Treatment Mask with 10% sulfur. And I think this is a very small sample size as well. I've always had issues with acne, especially hormonal acne. It always comes around like that time of the month, and that gets really annoying because I can't actually control that. If I did use some of these products, that, you know, my acne wouldn't be as terrible and my skin wouldn't be as sensitive during that time of the month. So it's more like a preventive kind of thing rather than, oh, cure it type of thing. Here are the 3 products that you get. The next 2 items I have here are from BELIF, and they are a Korean skincare brand. The first thing I have here is this set that they come out with every single year during the holidays. I think they put some different things in here every single time, but you always get one of the full-size moisturizers, and this is the Holly Jolly Hydration set. So here is what the package looks like, and when you open it up, inside, here is the inside. So here we have the moisturizing balm, which is my absolute favorite moisturizer. I love using this during the winter time. It just keeps my skin so moisturized. And this is a full size. So normally this by itself costs $38. I forgot to mention that this is a $38 set. This normally costs $38 by itself, but during the holidays, they always throw in 2 like really great minis. And this year, like I said, it's the eye balm and the Hungary water essence. The other item that I got from BELIF is a relatively new item as well. It's the BELIF Peat Miracle Revital Clay Mask. I am always looking for a really nice clay mask. Currently, my favorite one is the Innisfree Jeju Volcanic Mousse Clay Mask. I just think it's an absolutely awesome clay mask that doesn't leave your face feeling really dry after washing it off. So one of the reasons why I really like clay masks is because I feel like those are the only masks that really kind of clean out my pores. But because it is a clay mask, I find that a lot of them tend to leave your face feeling really shriveled up and dry after you wash it off. But because this is a Korean brand, I find that Korean skincare products tend to be a lot more gentle on your skin. So I'm hoping that this clay mask right here will be a lot more gentle as well, yet doing its job of cleaning out my pores without leaving my face super dry. So I'm really excited to test this out. So here's what it looks like. It's the same size as the moisturizers. It comes in this green bottle right here. I believe there is 50 grams of product. There is the mask. It's not as dark as other clay masks that I've seen. I'm really curious as to how it actually works and if it's any good. So the next skincare item that I wanted to show is something that I've never used before, and I've never actually used anything from this brand before, and that is Origins. This is the Origins High Potency Night Amins Mineral Enriched Renewal Cream. That's what it looks like. I was looking for basically a night cream that I could use because I did buy a daytime cream, which is going to be my BELIF Moisture Balm, but I really wanted something a little thicker for the nighttime. So that's what the bottle looks like. It's definitely a very thick cream. It's almost not liquid at all. It's actually legit pretty much a solid. So I'm excited to try this little guy out. Maybe this will be my new holy grail nighttime moisturizer or cream. The next skincare item isn't exactly skincare, I guess. It's lip care. And that is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is something that seems to be very, very raved about. Everyone seems to really, really like it. I've never tried it. I definitely like the Laneige brand a lot. It is a Korean cosmetics and skincare brand. I use a lot of their other things like their toners and moisturizers and all that. I've definitely been suffering from dry lips forever. I've always had just really, really dry lips. So I thought, why not give this a try, get 20% off during the sale. Even if it wasn't a sale, I probably would have bought it to try anyway, because I felt like it was about time to actually do something about my lips. It's a pretty small, tiny little bottle, but it is for your lips, so you don't really need as much. I wasn't really expecting that. It's completely smooth right now. I don't know if you can see. It's almost like a balm in there. I expected it to be more like the texture of an actual mask, but it literally just looks like a balm. It comes with a little applicator as well, which is really cute. It's like a silicone applicator. It smells like strawberries, but I'm definitely super, super excited to try this little guy right here. So the last skincare item also isn't exactly skincare, but it's not makeup. It's actually a hair product, and that is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Micro Exfoliating Shampoo. I have dandruff. I've kind of always had dandruff, but what's weird is I don't really know because I've never really spoken to an expert about this, but I thought that to have dandruff or like flaky scalp, usually it means your hair or your scalp is too dry, which is why it flakes. But I've always felt like I've had really oily hair, like oily, greasy hair, but also flaky and dandruffy at the same time. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know what's right or what's wrong. So I did hear that this charcoal exfoliating shampoo, scrub shampoo type of thing was supposed to be a little helpful for dandruff and like basically flakiness of the scalp. So I thought, why not? I kind of want to try it. I'm not somebody who maintains my hair very well. I'm very, very low maintenance when it comes to my hair. Next up is all the makeup that I got. So warning, I went a little crazy with eyeshadows this year. I bought so many eyeshadow palettes. I feel crazy kind of just looking at it right now. I'm a little overwhelmed by how many makeup palettes I bought, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I don't think any of these are particularly like really, really new releases, but they're definitely things that have come out in the past year. So the first palette that I'm gonna jump into is, I'm laughing because I feel like everybody has this palette and everybody has like bought this palette during the VIB sale. But it is the NATASHA DENONA Sunset palette. Yeah, I'm pretty basic. I jumped on the bandwagon, but I don't own any NATASHA DENONA palettes or eyeshadows or anything really, but I've heard so many great things about it. The price is just so high up there that I just couldn't get myself to buy it full price. So of course I wanted to wait until the 20% off VIB from Sephora to jump on it and actually get it, which is why I kind of waited so long to try it out. Also because it was sold out for a really, really long time. It finally came back in stock like a few weeks ago, I think. So since then I kind of put it in my cart and I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to get this at the VIB sale. I'm pretty sure we all know what this palette looks like by now. To be honest, I haven't even seen this palette in person yet because I haven't really gone into a Sephora store to look at it, which is why I'm kind of like super excited to actually see this in person if I can get it open. Ah, there we go. I opened it on the wrong side, but ooh. That is so pretty. We all know what this palette looks like. Yeah, so Sunset palette. I picked up a few Huda Beauty items. I have the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, so when the new one came out, no longer that new anymore, but the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, I thought the colors were just so pretty, so I picked this up during the VIB sale. And we all know what this one looks like already too, because it's been around for quite some time now and I'm just very late in getting it. But that is such pretty packaging. I like it so much better than the other one. So here is what it looks like on the inside. I really like this little piece of film right here. That is really pretty. It actually has a full-size mirror in here now. I think that's why the cover right now feels a lot sturdier and a lot thicker because of the mirror. I absolutely love these kinds of colors and shadows in here. I picked up another Huda Beauty item, and this is actually a new item that had recently come out, and that is the new Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes. She came out with 4 Obsessions palettes. These are like mini palettes right here, and look how tiny they are. They're so cute, but they're a lot smaller than I had expected them to be. Like I said, she has 4 different colors, and I got it in the Mauve Obsessions and the Brown Obsessions, which are, you know, my faves because I like pink colors and I like warm tone colors a lot more than smoky and cool tone colors. And that's what it looks like on the inside. This is the warm brown. This is really pretty. This one has pretty much all mattes except that center one right there, which is a really pretty like gold shimmer. But these pan sizes are actually quite nice. They don't look that much smaller than the full-size ones. I think they're just packaged a lot closer together with very little space between each shadow that makes this entire packaging just really compact and small. But that's not a problem with me. I think this is just awesome to take around to travel with you. It's just so light, and you get like a mirror with it as well. So I'm really excited to try this out. I have the Mauve Obsessions over here as well. This one is the pinkish one, and that is so pretty. I'm really excited to start using these. Next up, I have an eyeshadow palette that's actually quite old, and that is the Too Faced Just Peachy collection. So this is their peach collection, the second peach collection, which is the Peaches and Cream collection that Too Faced came out with. This is like a peachy, warm-toned eyeshadow palette. This is a matte palette. I don't usually buy matte palettes, which is why I thought this was kind of interesting to me because I was curious as to how these mattes would perform. I'm usually somebody who likes shimmer shadows a lot more because they're a lot simpler and easier to work with. So this is like a magnetic clasp. For some reason I thought it was something else. Everyone knows what this looks like already, so I won't go too much into it, but I'm super excited about it, even if none of you guys are. I don't actually like the way this one smells too much. I think the other one smelled better. So that's that. Okay, so the next palette I'm gonna go into, yes, we are still on palettes and there are still more. This palette is the new, or relatively new, Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I did not get the Subculture palette because I wasn't really feeling the colors in that palette. I did get the Modern Renaissance, which I absolutely love because once again, it's like a very warm toned pink hued type of palette. But when I saw this one, originally I wasn't that interested either. But I mean, okay, first of all, I really like this packaging. I think it's really, really chic. It's just black with that like gold accent, geometric gold accent, which is, you know, it's always nice. But when I actually saw it in person, when I saw people actually do makeup looks with it, I was actually really kind of interested and curious about the colors. And I think I was just really drawn into the colors like Sphere, which is like this like neon yellowish green right there, and colors like Dimension, which has like a really interesting shift to it, and colors like Throne and Osiris over here. They're just all really interesting colors. I feel like they're colors that I don't or haven't really seen around, which is why I was really intrigued by this palette. I would say that these colors are all a little different from each other, that it kind of really makes it interesting to see what colors will go well together or would be interesting to kind of see next to each other. So I'm very curious to see what I can actually do with this palette. This next palette is a big one. It is a big one for me, and it's also big in terms of cost as well. And these are definitely pretty new, I would say. And that's the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 2 Sublime palette. So I got the Sublime, which is the second palette, because like I said, I tend to like pink colors a little bit, and there were pinks in here. This packaging is just gorgeous. It's huge. This palette is ginormous. and it is so heavy. It weighs like twice the weight of like a normal eyeshadow palette. It literally feels like all those palettes that I just talked about combined. But how pretty is that? It's so like classy. It's too classy for me. It's too classy and fancy. It literally feels like I'm holding like a brick. Like I could actually hurt somebody with this if I threw it at them. It's a little ridiculous. These colors are just so gorgeous. Oh, I'm super excited to dig in. So the next few palettes that I have, yes, I said few, not one, because I bought more than one, are from the same brand, just in three different shades. And that is the Marc Jacobs Iconic Eyeshadow Palettes. I bought, yeah, 3 of them. Yeah. I've heard so many good things about these, but they are just so friggin' expensive. I like never buy anything from Marc Jacobs because it's just ridiculously expensive. But because they were something that I've never even tried, like I've never even dipped my finger into one of these shadows before, I just really wanted to try it this year. After like thinking about it, after like the first round of my purchases, I decided to finally just go for it. I got it in 710 Prova Couture, 730 Frivolux, and 740 Scandalust. 710 Prova Couture. The colors are in the back right here. That is really pretty. It's definitely it's very purpley pink. The next one is 730 Frivolux. This is the Cool Tone Purple palette. That purple is a very, I would say a blue toned purple. It's kind of like indigo. You can see right there. The last palette is 740 Scandalust. Kind of looks like the other one, but I think it's, the other one was a little bit more magenta purplish tone. This one is definitely a little bit more brown and I would say like burgundy toned colors. So that's what those are the colors of this palette. This is definitely probably my favorite one. This is like the very typical type of warm toned neutral palette that a lot of companies came out with this past year. But it's still definitely my favorite just because I like these colors a lot. Okay, so those were the last eyeshadow palettes that I got. So here is the Milk Makeup Blur Foundation. It feels like a really small tube compared to other stuff, but it's probably not. It says shake it up. I thought this was gonna be like really creamy. Oh, but it does sound liquidy. It's very liquidy. It's a lot more runny than I expected. It doesn't really smell like anything to me either. This is a matte foundation, however, and I don't usually buy matte foundations because I don't really like matte finishes. I usually tend to prefer a slight sheen or dewiness to it. So, but I did hear that it doesn't dry down completely matte. It's more like a semi-matte. So I am interested in seeing how that works. I heard this coverage is pretty good as well, so we'll have to really test that out and see. So the other foundation that I picked up is, I think this is like a new foundation from YSL. This is the YSL All Hours foundation. I heard that this foundation was incredibly full coverage. I've never tried a YSL foundation before. I've always wanted to. I'm not sure why I haven't. To be honest, I haven't tried any like very high-end foundations at all. I haven't tried any Dior foundations either. So this is my first like extremely high-end product. I got it in 2 different shades because I wasn't sure which one I would be because it had 2 shades that seemed very similar to me. I got it in, what is it? BD30 Warm Almond and BD35 Warm Caramel. So they're just like one step away from each other. Actual foundation itself feels very luxurious. It's kind of what I expect, at least, from a high-end foundation. It is a glass or acrylic bottle, plastic cap, and there is a pump. So this says it is an all hours foundation, broad spectrum SPF 20, up to 24-hour wear, flawless matte, full coverage, oil free. I actually didn't know it was a matte foundation because I don't usually wear matte foundations. I don't usually like the way it looks. It looks really powdery on me, but I definitely do have to check this out. I heard that this foundation is so full coverage that it literally is like repainting your entire face, which, you know, sometimes I like. So obviously it's not something I would wear every single day, but just for, you know, those special occasions when you want to look extremely photo perfect. So the next few items are some lip products, and I think they are all YSL if I'm not wrong. But the first one I have here is the YSL Rouge Pour Couture Dazzling Lights Edition. I think this is the holiday limited edition ones, and I got this one in the color 52, which is called Rouge Rose. So that's what the lipstick looks like. This is the holiday edition one, and it's so pretty. It has like that glitter in the front, and this is the color I picked out, Rouge Rose. It's a lot pinker than I expected, but I usually like pink colors a lot, so I think this will suit me well. That's such a pretty color. I want to try this color out right now. But I'm super excited to be adding this to my collection because it is gorgeous and I'm absolutely obsessed with YSL products. So I picked up 3 of the exact same product from YSL lip product in 3 different shades. This is the new YSL Tatouage Couture Matte Stain. I've heard so many things about this and it just recently came out. I went to a Sephora store and I just kind of saw these, so I tested I think 1 or 2 of them out, and in the stores I just really liked it. I tested out a darker color and it literally stained my hand for about 3 or 4 days. I just couldn't get it off. Like, I probably could have scrubbed harder, but I didn't want to. But even with the regular washing of hands, I couldn't get rid of that stain. So that, I thought that was pretty incredible. So I had to pick up a few to try out because I couldn't decide on just one color. So I got it in the colors 11 Rose Illicit, 17 Unconventional Coral, and 20 Pink Squad. This is what it looks like. It's really pretty packaging. It has the same type of packaging as the new YSL foundation that I just showed earlier. This is number 11, which was Rose Illicit. Was it? Yeah, Rose Illicit. Illicite? Maybe there's an accent on there. It has a really interesting applicator. It's a wand that is extremely flat, but I think it does a really good job of distributing the product and getting around the edges or going to the edges of the lips. So this is in the color, like I said, Rose Illicit. This is like a really pretty pink color. This is definitely for me a My Lips but better color. The next color I have is number 17 Unconventional Coral. I think this is a coral color. It looks bright orange in the container. I'm a little bit scared. Wow, it's really orange. But these feel really smooth. They're really pigmented and really creamy as well. So the last color I have is number 20, and that is a very bright fuchsia pink type of color. This is the color Swatched. It's quite bright. It's definitely not showing up as bright on camera, but in person it's definitely very brilliant. It is a very pretty fuchsia. So those are the 3 colors that I picked up. So the last thing that I ordered, which I actually did not receive, that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it is the DRYBAR Winter Waves bundle. So I don't know if you can see that. I will obviously put a little clip up here as well, but this is the DRYBAR Waves bundle that includes the hair dryer, the Buttercup hair dryer, the 3-day bender, and a bunch of other products, including like a comb and some hairsprays, I think a dry shampoo, and some clips. Basically, it has a bunch of stuff. I've been using my hair dryer for about 8 years now, and it's literally starting to smell like burning hair every single time I turn it on. I honestly think that I keep thinking that I'm burning my hair, even though I have it like on a low setting, but I'm not. It's literally just, I think the hair dryer has to retire, so I've been out looking for a new hair dryer. I thought this was the perfect opportunity to pick it up and try it out. But that's it for this haul. I know it's probably going to be super long. I'm going to try to edit out a bunch of things if I possibly can, just to shorten it up. I hope this sparked some interest in some of you guys. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that's up to you to decide. Obviously, I would link everything down below. I think most of these things are definitely still in stock at Sephora, so you can definitely still go back and purchase these as gifts during the holidays. Let me know down in the comments below things that you've purchased that you've really liked, or things that you would recommend me purchasing, because you know, the holidays aren't over yet and I'm probably going to spend more over the next 2 months or so. I will do my best to answer all of them. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. I hope that it helped or you found it very enjoyable, because I did enjoy very much making this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.